Hey everyone, this is Warren from the Rhapsody Piano Studio. Welcome to today's live lesson. We're going to be learning, I always say this, Tarantella, I should be embarrassed about that. Tarantella Napoletana. It's going to be for easy piano. Keep thinking of Napoleon ice cream. Don't know what that means. Maybe it just means I want ice cream. Anyway, all right, before we start, make sure you hit up the cards because in there you will find links to both the sheet music and the tutorial as well. All right, so when you're done with this lesson, stick around for all the concepts I'm trying to show you on how to practice and learn piano effectively, the music, whatever it is that you're trying to learn on or accomplish on piano. The only real way to test out your knowledge is to go over to the tutorial, and if you're able to get results off of that, then you're actually understanding the things that I'm trying to show you here. So this is like the study guide, and the tutorial is like the test, okay? So that's the best way I can put it. If you have any better ideas, I am all ears. Okay, before we start, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and hit the notification bell if you want to catch whenever I go live on these lessons. And just a little friendly reminder that in the comment section after every live stream you will find a schedule of the upcoming lessons. So if you want to preview ahead in advance to see if I'm going to play a song that you might like, then go ahead and do that. All right, this is Tarantella Napoletana. Okay, we're just going to go from the beginning to measure 17. All right, so we're going to small chunk it, just the smallest part possible first. That's about it, okay? Now, left hand chords, it's not really necessary to practice it. It's just really a timing thing. You just have to make sure you keep it going, okay? Just a few progressions. Nothing complicated, okay? That's the basic pattern that we're following here. So look one more time. If you keep a note of which notes are moving and which notes are not, that's also a good way to shorten the process, okay? So we're shifting up here, keeping the bottom note, coming back. Now the bottom two switch, down here, back up. And one more time, okay? So it's just this. For all you harmony nerds, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, okay? Now the right hand. It says play this in 1. However, if you really want to work on your rhythm, you should first count in 3, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if you're, let's say like this is a metronome, okay, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. First you would set it to that setting. It's kind of weird to do this at the same time. Anyway, and then you do that, and also you want to switch it where it's just 1 metronome beat per measure. Which in the end is what you're gonna go for anyway, okay? So recommend doing it both ways. We call that subdividing, and then I don't know what the other word is, like a longer beat. Hey, what's up? Gospel music on piano by Alan McCoy. What is up, Alan McCoy? Thank you for that very kind comment. Okay, so just the right hand again. Alright, and that's it. We're gonna try that together. We'll go a lot slower than that. Right hand, ready, set, go. Okay, hope that was slow enough for you guys. Remember the left hand pattern? Let me show you one more time. Alright, now I'll play both hands for you again. Alright, and that's basically it for the first part. Let's try it together. Ready, set, go. Alright, so that's basically it. And you're going to just repeat this process throughout the entire song. So it's just chunk, another chunk, and then I'll tell you what happens when we get to the next part, okay? Now if we look at the next part, this is measure 17. So if you've done, if this is, if you've been watching more of my lessons, then you would know what I'll do with this part. Okay? Because if it's exactly the same, we're just gonna skip it. There's really no point to practice it. I think it's a waste of time. Okay? And if you play the whole song, you're going to play the section anyway. So you're gonna play it twice, which means you're actually practicing it twice when you're playing it. If that makes any sense. Okay? All right. So we're just going to continue from measure 33. Okay, so measure 33. By the way, if you do want to practice the whole page, it's just a repeat, okay? All right, so measure 32. Let's see how this section goes. Okay, kind of rushed through that, but this motive, you can think of it as motive, kind of like a, how do I explain what a motive is? It's just like this idea of the melody. And it just repeats it. Okay? Alright, and that's basically it. So we don't really even have to do that much. You can just go from measures 33 to 40. Yeah, measures 33 to 40. So just stopping right there. And this is just like an overlying principle when you're practicing. You want to try to cut time as much as possible in the most effective way possible. Okay? Alright, so just right now, let me show you again. The left hand pattern. Not any different, so guess what? You don't really need to practice the left hand by itself. Alright, so we're just gonna do, if it doesn't change that pattern in the left hand, then we're just gonna do right hand practice and hands together practice, so you can just skip practicing the left hand by itself completely, okay? And just does that twice, okay? Let's try it together. Ready, go! That's about it, okay? All right, left hand, we'll put it together now. Give it a listen. This is measure 32. All right, and that's it. Let's try it together. Ready, go. All right, so I think it's really not a good idea to, again, practice these direct repetitions. It's a waste of time, like I said. So what I'm gonna do is actually, we're gonna go back. And we're not going to go all the way back to the beginning. We're going to go to a measure, where is that? 17. All right, so measure 17, going all the way to, can't read this. All right, what is that? 40. Yeah, so 17 to 40, just to see how at least these two different sections, you can hear how it sounds together, okay? All right, hopefully I get this page turned. That kind of makes sense to you. So this is a part where it's good to kind of connect it all together. So if you want to try that with me from the beginning, knock yourself out. This is measure 17. 17. Let's start at measure 17. Right there, okay? Ready, go. All right? Yeah. So practicing it this way, you can basically save, like, I don't know, like, I'll say like 30-20% more time, okay? All right, now we're going to continue on. We're going to skip it all the way to measure 48, because once again, it's the same thing. All right, so 48. Actually, we'll start at 49. Oh, a little bit of a tongue twister here. Okay? So it's the same pattern again. Now, if you hear a difference here, it is worthwhile to practice this section, even though it sounds similar, because here's what's happening the first time. Where are we? No, not right there. Okay, measure 49. All right. So here it continues on that idea. So you can think of this as an open section. I guess I'm doing a little bit of theory and analysis for you guys here as well. So it's still open. It's like a question. We haven't answered that question until we keep going. See how it closes that? So first time, it continues again, and the second time around, you hear it closes that question. It's like the answer to that question. Hope that made sense for you guys, all right? And if it doesn't make sense, just listen to it until it does, okay? that part is done. Okay. All right. Well, of course, we will practice that a lot slower. But if we continue on, that's basically the entire lesson in a nutshell. There's really no new material after this, okay? So if you have enjoyed, we'll continue to work on the section, but I just want to ask you guys if you've enjoyed this lesson and if you find it valuable and it's helping you to learn something on piano, hit that like button, help me out. And also, after this lesson is over, share this video with someone who would love to learn it on piano. You'd be a good friend and a colleague and whatever else, human being. Okay. All right. So let me show you this last section, and that'll be it. All right. So let's actually just practice that. Okay. Big jump right there. So be careful. Okay. All right. I guess I should give you some tips. All right, with the playing. When you have repeated notes, you got to be careful with these repeated notes. So keep a loose wrist right there. If it's too tight, it's really not going to come out well. Okay, so you really have to keep your wrist loose in order to play that next note, repeated note effectively. Okay? All right. All right, so that was just up to measure 57. Let's try that together. And then the left hand here, it's just a 1 and a 5, and now we are in the major key. Alright, C major. Before it was A minor, now we're in C major. And it's just 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1. That's basically it, okay? Nothing new there. So let's try from 49, and like I said, stopping at 57. Ready? Go. Alright, and that's it. Moving on to the next part. This is 57. Stopping at 65. Alright, we just simply try that together now. Alright, ready, go. Alright, and then we're going to go back, like I said, with the chunks, right? The little parts. We put it together now, all the way from 49. Alright, we try that together. 49, ready, go. Alright, and if you hear that note, last part. This is the same thing as the beginning, and like I was saying before, do not practice that. It's a waste of time, okay? If you want to practice this section, you just literally play the whole song anyway, okay? So just work on these micro sections, I like to call them, right? Small sections first. And then if you work on the macro, which is the whole entire song, that's really the only types of practice you need to do, okay? All right, so a little quick recap here, but that's basically it for this lesson. By the way, make sure you hit up the website as well because I have tons more free resources and everything is much better organized. You can find stuff in alphabetical order. I can almost guarantee if you're looking for a song at a particular level, I probably have recorded it. So make sure you check out the website after this lesson is over as well, okay? Alright, so once again, this was Tarantella Napoletana. Alright, it's about 3 pages, but it's a lot of repetition, so it's more like 1.5 of material, just kind of repeated, okay? It's a very short arrangement. You can find sheet music in the cards, but I think this one, it's up to you actually. It's easy enough where you can play by ear, alright? But if you want the sheet music, definitely, it's always a good idea if you primarily learn by reading. If you don't know how to read, this is my opinion, you should get that sorted out, okay? Alright, so sheet music available in the links and the tutorial as well. This lesson is the study guide, gives you the plan on how to practice. The only way to really know if you're doing it correctly is if you use the tutorial on your own. And believe me when I say you can get there, because my own students too, they get to a point where sometimes I can just literally, if we run out of time to learn a new song, I just tell them to watch the video, the tutorial, and guess what? They show up in the next lesson, and it might not be perfect, but they're prepared to play it. So, yeah, all right, they work. All right, all these naysayers where sometimes I get 1 out of 10 comments, people say, "Oh, this is not a tutorial, bro." Like I'm telling you, it works. All right, so use them. Yeah, that's basically it. So practice. It's just small parts at a time. All right, you can do hands separate. Not really necessary for this song because it's So it's a really simple progressions in the left hand, so you don't really need to do that. But I would just do a lot of right hand practice by itself, right? You isolate that, right hand and then hands together practice. That's really all you need. So the only thing you need to know to learn to play this again last time for today is small chunking, then you pick the next chunk, and then you continue to put it together until you basically have the whole entire song, and also right hand practice and hands together. And then some of the other songs that you might play and other arrangements, repertoire, or whatever, you might actually need to do a lot of hand step practice depending on how complex your material is. Okay, all right. That was it for today's lesson. Make sure you check out all the links that I said in the cards as well as the description below, as well as hit up the website. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you keep practicing, all right? All right, cool. Thank you guys so much. Have a lovely, lovely weekend, and I will see you guys for the next live stream.